Ready. Continue. Taking the arms forwards, nice big circles. So really got to get these arms warmed up today. Very important. And backwards. That's good. And now I'm just going to focus on your left arm going backwards. To really feel that, not just the shoulder joint, but the shoulder girdle as well, which is your clavicle and your scapula, as well as your joint. And then rotating it forwards. Well, the proper term would be circumducting the shoulder. And other arm backwards. So your right arm. Good. And forwards. And then we're going to go one arm up and one arm down. Good. So really feel that shoulder girdle working. Your clavicle moving up and down, your scapula in and out, up and down. And now out and in. So when you go out, turn your palms up. When you come in, turn your palms down. And alternate which one goes underneath. Good. Okay, just a little jog, but getting the biceps working. So bicep curls. Getting the elbows warmed up. Good. And then go work those shoulders again. But make sure your elbow comes right down to your hip. Keep going. Just got to let some more people in. Now, this time we're going to stick the elbows behind. So your upper arm stays still and you're just going to lift your lower arm up and down. So you're working the triceps. Okay, but this bit's got to stay still. Good. And star jumps halfway, all the way. Halfway, all the way. Good. Forward and back, arms up and down. Good. And just shaking your legs. So we're not worried too much about the legs. We're not really going to use those today. We're just going to be focusing on striking. All right. So before you start to cool down, just want to quickly. We got outward strikes, we got inward strikes, we got downward strikes, okay? It could also be an upward strike with a reverse knife hand. We might touch on it, we might not. So first of all, we want to do some punching. I know I said we're doing striking, but punching is a good way to get those shoulders really warmed up and the elbows. Palo ready starts. To be. Sitting starts punch. To be. Single punch. Hala. Two. Set. That, dos, yes, yellow, yellow, ayo, yellow. Two punches, fast motion, hana, two, set, that, dos, yes, yellow, yellow, ayo, yellow. And paro. Good. Just reaching across with the left arm. Just stretching it a little bit now. And reaching across with the right arm. Good. Reaching over the top with the left arm. And change. Good. And good, just shaking those arms now. Wrists, elbows, shoulders. Brilliant. First of all, nice and simple, we're going to do a middle, outward, knife hand, side strike, right? So listen to all of those things. So it's L stance, ninja soul, middle, level with the shoulder or slightly lower, to be honest, should be slightly lower. Outward because it's going away from the center line, and side because we're half facing the opponent. So we finish up like that, okay? So start off all the way back. So we start off, everybody starts stepping forwards, and then you go backwards when you're ready, you go forwards when you're ready, when you've got no space left. To be forward with the right first. Remember, we always attack with the right first. Hold on. Two. Set. Set. Dos. Dos. Two. Get hold on. Two. Set. Set. Dos. Dos. Two. Get it. Ayo. Poro. Sure, good. Now, one thing to mention on an L stance, you've still got to, if I go back to the walking stance, you do an inward, outward curve, right? When you step in and out. So you go to the center line, back off. When you do an L stance, you do the same thing. Now you've only got a 2.5 centimeter gap between the feet. But as we step in L stance, we come across the line and then onto the stance. So we're still creating a curve as we step. What that does in L stance, not only does it create the sine wave, but look what else it does. It enables you to do this because you go off over the other side of the line and then you come back on the line, so you're turning your hips in the direction of your strike. So now we're going to do it again, and I want you to think of that process, okay? So as you step, one. So watch my feet. 1, 2. And this comes into play as well, all right? Very important. Watch the hip now. So it goes like that, this way. Okay, ready? So you have a try. To me. So when we reset, we go all the way back. And hold on. Two. Set. Good. Backwards, slightly different, but you still do inward, across, and back out. So again, look, the hip goes this way. 1. 1. All right, ready? Hold on. 2. Set. Net. Dos. Dos. Yo. Yes. Ayo. Yes. Paro. Sharp. Good. We're going to keep the L stance. We're going to do a back fist side strike this time. Now there is a such thing as a horizontal strike, but that would be called a back fist horizontal strike. A back fist strike, the elbow is bent this way. When you do the striking hand must be 45 degrees this way. Okay, 45 degrees, so that you're using both of the knuckles, not just the one. Because the main target for this particular technique, not always, is either the temporal bone, the jaw of the hinge of the jaw here, or the actual angle of the jaw. Okay? So, ready? Stepping forwards, L stance, back fist, side strike. Hold on. 2. Set. Net. Dos. Dos. Yo. Yeah. Ayo. Yeah. Hold on. 2. Set. Net. Dos. Dos. Yo. Yeah. important that we get that twist. Now, if we try and understand how much twist, a punch has maximum twist. A punch should twist 180 degrees at the moment of impact, right? A thrust has less twist than a punch, and a strike, what we're looking at today, has the least amount of twist. So there has to be some twist, some twist, some twist, some twist, but the least amount from a punch and a thrust, okay? Now we're going to do a horizontal, back fist horizontal strike. So what that means is exactly what it says. This arm has to be horizontal. So it has to be level with the shoulder and a straight arm, but be careful of your elbow. You don't actually completely straighten it out. It is very, very, very slightly bent, so you don't hyperextend your elbow this way. Okay, so you have to use a bit of brakes with your biceps. To me, stepping forwards. Ready, still in our stance. Back fist, horizontal strike. Hold on. Turn. Set. Net. Dos. Yes. No. Yeah. Hold on. Turn. Set. Net. Dos. Yes. No. Yeah. Hold on. Turn. Making sure it's coming from the outside. Set. Net. Dos. Yes. No. Yeah. Ayo. Yes. Paro. Sure. Good. We're going to keep the L stance. Now we're going to do a side fist strike. Side fist strike. Almost identical to a knife hand, except the attacking tool is a side fist instead of a knife hand. Okay? Chumbi. Starts off the same, does the same. You just keep the hand closed. Ready? Chumbi. Hold on. Turn. Set. Net. Dos. Yes. No. Yeah. Ayo. Yeah. Hold on. Turn. Set. Net. Dos. Yes. No. Yeah. Ayo. Yeah. Paro. Sure. Good. So they are outward strikes, okay? You're going away from the center line. So they're called outward strikes. Then we have inward strikes. An inward motion. That could be a strike that finishes on the chest line and a strike that finishes on the center line. If the terminology says front strike, it finishes on the center line. If the terminology is inward strike, it finishes on the chest line. But they're both inward motions because they're going towards the center line. Everybody got that? Good. So we're going to keep the L stance and we're going to do an inward knife hand strike, which finishes this way. So now the reaction, instead of coming back to the hip, is going to come back to the same shoulder that you're striking with. Okay? So now instead of crossing the arms first, which is your backward motion, and going outward, you're now going to open up the arms and bring them in towards each other. But obviously this comes to the shoulder and this finishes on the chest line. Okay? In our stance. This particular strike, whichever leg's back, that's what we're going to strike with. Okay, doesn't mean to say we can't do it with this hand, because we can, but we're going to do it with this hand at the moment. So you've got to finish it on your chest line. Chuẩn. So you're going to step forward with your left leg, so you can strike with your right hand. Chuẩn. And come on. 둘. 셋. 넷. 다섯. 여섯. 일곱. 여덟. 아홉. 열. 하나. 둘. 셋. 넷. 다섯. 여섯. 하나. 둘. 셋. 넷. 다섯. 여섯. 일곱. 여덟. 아홉. 열. And 바로 shot. Excellent. Now we're going to do the same strike, but we're going to do it in a walking stance. Okay? And we're going to do a reverse strike in walking stance. So that means you're going to step forwards with your left leg, striking with your right hand, making sure this is on your chest line, not the center. Inward strike, front strike, inward strike. 준비. Bringing the reaction to your shoulder again. And 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열, 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. And 바로. Sure. Excellent. This time we're going to do a front strike. Okay, we're going to maintain the walking stance, but we're going to do a front strike. Now, this could be a little bit difficult for some of you, but try. Okay, try the best you can. Because now we're going to do a front strike. We're going to do a high strike, level the eyes, but instead of bringing the reaction to here or here, we're now going to take it to our forehead this way. All right. So this hand's coming in to strike. This hand's coming in to our forehead this way. So it's going to go one this way. Okay? One. 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 Okay? Ready? 준비. So you're going to go forwards from this position. We're going to do an obverse strike. Okay, so you're going to go forward with your right, strike with your right, left hand to your forehead. Ready? 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱. Good. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯. Good. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. And oh, sure. Brilliant. Good. Well done, everybody. Bearing in mind, some of you lower grades, that's a black stripe move, okay? A black tag move. So, well done. If you're below a black stripe and you managed to do that, then give yourself a pat on the back. Fantastic. Okay? Well done. Now, We're going to do a front strike again, but instead of bringing this to the forehead, we're now going to bring it just to where the elbow crease is here. Okay, so it's going to go 1, 2, like that. 1, 2, 1, 2. So now the reaction is on the arm, this way. 1, 1, 1. So you almost, what you do, slap your arm to get a bit of reaction. So you all end up with red arms or red hands when we're finished. Okay? Well done. Ready? Be. So it's going to be an obverse strike again. So you're going to go forward with your right leg, right strike, and then bring the left hand on top of the elbow crease here. Ready? Come on. 2, 7, 9, 2. So it's center line. Here we go. Good. Ayo. Good. Come on. 2, 7, 9, 2. Yes. Here we go. Yeah. Come on. 2, 7, 9, 2. Yes. Here we go. Yeah. Ayo. Yeah. And pro. Fantastic. Good. So that's front strike, inward strikes, outward strikes. All right. This time we're going to do a downward strike with a knife hand. So from this position, we're going to do a reverse strike. So you're going to go forward with your left leg. You're going to strike with your right hand coming down this way. Striking either no further forward. You can do it center, but do it on your chest line at this point. Swing the arm down. Finishing level with your own clavicle here. Okay? Be. Ready. So left leg, right strike. The reaction coming back to the hip. And 1, 2, 7. Okay, just watch for a second. So sometimes the tendency is to do this. So you're just using one arm, right? We've got to make sure, keep this arm forwards and pull it back as we strike. Pull it back as we strike. So really utilize the reaction force. Ready? 1, 2, 7, 9. Big swing. 2. Yes. Here we go. 1, 2, 7, 9. 2. 1, 2, 7, 9. 2. Yes. Here we go. Yeah. Ayo. Yeah. 1, 2, 7, 9. 2. Yes. Here we go. Yeah. Ayo. Yeah. And pro. Sure. Fantastic. Poppy, you've got to do the techniques. Yeah? Got to have a go at the techniques. Good. So we've done an outward, we've done an inward, we've done a front, we've done a downward. Okay? Now we're going to do elbow strike, front, elbow strike. We're going to do it with the hand, and we're going to do it without the hand. All right? Because sometimes people tend to do it not quite right when they don't put the hand there. All right? What tends to happen is when you do the hand, you end up doing this. But when you don't do the hand, you end up doing this. Okay? So it should be this way. Here. This should be on a straight line with your elbow, should be on a straight line with your shoulder. All right? So let's step forwards. Front elbow strike. So we're going to strike the hand first. You're going to go forwards with your left leg. You're going to put your left hand forwards and you're going to strike the left hand. Ready? 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. And 바로. Now you're not going to strike the hand. You're just going to make sure you get it in the right place. Okay? Get ready. So stepping forwards. Left leg. Right elbow. Hold. So that fist is coming right across to the other chest as well. So you keep this in line with your shoulder. Don't come out this way. Must be here. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. And 바로. Good. This time we're going to do an upper elbow strike. Upper elbow strike. So it has to be a reverse strike. Okay? Again, this elbow is on the same line as this shoulder. So don't have it sticking out this way. Make sure it's in line here. Okay. Ready? 준비. So you're going to go forwards, left leg, right elbow. 준비. 하나. Good. 둘. 셋. 넷. 다섯. 여섯. 일곱. 여덟. 하나. 둘. 셋. 넷. 다섯. 여섯. 일곱. 열. 아홉. 열. 하나. 둘. 셋. 넷. 다섯. 여섯. 일곱. 열. 아홉. 열. And 바로. Sure, good. So, Josh, have you got a question? Ask at the end, yeah? So when you do that elbow, this back fist has to face upwards, not the side fist. Okay, so the back fist faces up this way. When you do the front elbow strike, the side fist faces forward this way. Upper elbow, the back fist faces the direction of the elbow. Front, the side fist faces the direction of the elbow. Okay? Good. Now we're going to do a high elbow strike. So that way, coming across here. Now we bring the hand on the side fist here, instead of back to the hip. We're just going to pull it in nice and tight this way, so we get a good line on the body, half facing, opposite direction. Okay? Striking maybe the jaw hinge or the temporal bone. Ready? So stepping forwards, left leg, so that you can strike with your right. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, good. 다섯, 여섯, 일곱, 여덟, 아홉, 열. 하나, 둘, 셋, 넷, 다섯, 여섯, Fantastic. Good. This time, we're going to go back to the downward knife and strike, but we're going to do a little bit of a different stance. All right, so we're going to go in from a sitting stance into a vertical stance. Sitting stance, vertical stance, downward knife and strike. So you've got to turn the foot that's moving into like an L stance position. So everybody go sitting, ready stance, Jimmy. So let's all move the same. So you're going to move your left foot back to your right foot, turning it into vertical stance. Vertical stance, one shoulder width from the inside of the rear foot to the toes of the front foot. And you've got 60-40, 60% of the weight's on the back leg, 40% on the front. So it's only slightly towards the back foot. At that time, we're going to do a downward knife and strike. Now we want to use lots of centrifugal force, so it has to come from the outside and a big circular motion because there's no sine wave because we're coming up this way. So from this position, we're going to go like this. One. And then we're going to go down and we're going to do it again. So we do a few on this side and then we do a few on this side. Get ready. These are common mistakes. Watch. People do this with their feet into a closed stance. People will do this, too short. So you just got to try and keep it one shoulder width from the inside to the toes, and in an L stance position, so an L shape. So the foot that moves in turns into the L shape. This foot can stay where it is. All right? There is a slight angle, but don't worry about that. Okay, get ready. And hana. Good. Back down. Chumi. Toe. Good. And chumi. Set. And back down. Leg. Good. Back down. Toss. And back down. Yos. And back down. Yo. Back down. Yele. And back down. Ayo. And back down. Yele. Good. This time the other way. So now your right foot has to come round if you're going to move the right foot this time. So the foot that moves turns into the L shape. Get ready. Hana. Back down. Toe. Back down. Set. Down. Head. Back down. Toss. Back down. Yos. Back down. Yo. Back down. Yeah. Back down. Ayo. Back down. Yeah. And back down and paro. Sure. Brilliant. Good. Okay, so it's finishing up now. We're going to do a reverse knife hand front strike. In your left hand underneath the elbow. Get ready. Hana. Good. Finishing center, level with your fulcrum. Here. Ready? Hana. Toe. Set. Net. Dos. Yos. Yo. Yele. Ayo. Yel. Hana. Toe. Set. Net. Dos. Yos. Yo. Yele. Ayo. Yel. Hana. Toe. Set. Net. Dos. Yos. Yo. Yele. Ayo. Yel. And paro. Sure. Excellent. Fantastic. Right, we need to do a little bit of a cool down. And don't be surprised if your shoulders and your arms are aching over the next 2 days. And what that just proves is Taekwondo is a very good holistic form of self-defense, but not just self-defense, holistic form of calisthenics. holistic form of aerobic, holistic form of anaerobic. So if you train in Taekwondo long enough, you'll get almost everything that you need. Okay? Right, stretch across with the left arm. Good. Well done. Just hold that. And change. So really feel that shoulder blade opening up behind. It's good. And now we're going to reach over the top with the left arm and just rest your right hand on your elbow. A little bit of pressure, not too much. Get a good posture on your back as well. And change. Good. Reaching up. Really lift that shoulder girdle up. And now forwards. Open up the shoulder blades. Really open up in between those shoulder blades. Protract those shoulders. And reaching back. Now you're going to squeeze the shoulder blades together. Open up right across the shoulders. Excellent. Good. And sure, relax. Face this way. Chariot, Kunyi, and Hassan. Thank you.